Okay, Trisha, I am so sorry that I am a week late, but better late than never. Crazy busy. I know that life is just insane. So, this is a response video to the video you did on Martin Luther King Day. It was entitled Character Changes Everything. You said so many things. I will try and go through these notes that I made quickly because I don't want to drag this video out too long. When you said laws aren't always powerful, that made me think, because people follow laws because they have to. And that's what keeps our societies running smoothly. But when I stop to think about your statement, laws aren't always powerful. I mean, there's a lot of things that come into that, people's sense of entitlement and people's sense that, oh, well, what can I get away with? And I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff that goes around that. But I guess what I see or believe is that it comes down to what people envision as right and wrong. And that's different for everybody. And I know a lot of people who cross lines and make them gray, meaning it's not black and white, it's gray, because of the justification, the right and wrong. Oh, I can take that from them because they have enough. I can steal that. They're not going to miss that. I've heard these things. So I found that interesting. Then I went to practice integrity, which was really what your whole video vlog was about, and you left us thinking about. And I thought a lot about how I have witnessed so many people taking the shortcuts. And I have vlogged many times about how the theme throughout my life has been injustice. How I've seen so many injustice because they get to take the shortcut. But I won't. I won't. To me, there is right and there's wrong. And because of my integrity, I won't take the shortcut. I have to look in the mirror. It doesn't matter if nobody else will know. I'll know. And that's enough. And I hope that I can instill that in my girls. Because at the end of the day, I preach this all the time. The only opinion that really matters is our own. What we think of ourselves. And I know that I carry myself in such a way that I can lay my head down on the pillow with clear and good conscience. Now, I am not saying that I am perfect. Far from it. I make a lot of mistakes. But my intentions are to try and do the right thing. What would people say at my funeral? Believe it or not, I have given this much thought throughout my life. Because unfortunately, I have had times in my life where I have felt that if I were not here, no one would care. I think so many of us have had those thoughts. Sad but true. I don't feel that way now. I do have 2 daughters. And I have some really great friends sitting in the front row. But I would love to be a fly on the wall. When somebody in my life passes, or a family member passes, I'm a firm believer of, I'm just going to put it out there, if you're an asshole in life, you're an asshole in the afterlife. So a lot of people who, when somebody passes, they're like, oh, then they start to think if, oh, this and all. I don't know, I've always been the kind of person that just tells it like it is. If that person passes, I don't seem to, oh, but they were this and that, no. If they were a dickhead while they were here, then I remember them as a dickhead. Sorry. That's just how it is. Apologize. Impatience and entitled. I often say, when God handed out patience, he passed me right over. I have always been one of the most impatient people, but as I've gotten older, and especially as a parent, I have learned to become more patient because you have to. I mean, kids will just test your patience to the ends of the earth. I am far from the perfect parent, far from it, but I have tried to find patience for my children because, I'm out of the house so much and they see so little of me that it hurts me that when I get home, sometimes I'm snappish and they get the impatience. Because I'm still carrying the crap from the day. And I'm always working on that. And now that my oldest is starting to get into the teenage years, she's a preteen right now, but we struggle as if she's a teenager, so these are obstacles I'm always working on. And the sense of entitlement, jeez. I see so many people with that. And then there's times that I feel entitled too. I definitely feel entitled to love and happiness. I feel like we all are. But where's the line? Where's the line that it's okay, and then where's the line that it's not of our behaviors? Something for me to think about. Don't become our disappointment. It's okay to be disappointed. Oof, this is a big one for me. With the things that I've been struggling through, sometimes I get sucked into the black hole, or as Janie will say, the suck zone. And I have to remember not to become the disappointment. I have to rise above. I need to focus on me, not the disappointment. I need to focus on me and what is in my control. Which goes along with the letting go of the hurt. And we all know that anger is just a response of hurt. And I think I've gotten better at that, especially as the years have gone on. I used to be very angry when I was younger, but that's because I was unaware of that portion of it. But I've evolved more and learned more about myself and the self-discoveries, and I think I'm able to show the hurt and allow myself to be more vulnerable and express the hurt more, which I think it just gets to the bottom of things quicker. Loyalty. It's a big one for me because I feel like many a times I'm loyal to a fault, where because I'm not close with my family, when friends have been loyal to me, I tend to hold on to them longer than I should. And when it's time for me to move on, I feel like, well, they were loyal to me. I'm not being loyal to them if I move on. But I should have moved on long before. Because we all know that sometimes people come into our lives for a reason and a season. And sometimes it's time to move on. So I have learned that loyalty is extremely important, but then there is times that it's time to move on. And then at the end, stand up for who we really want to be. You know, I've been carrying this with me all week and struggling with a lot of my own demons. But, you know, it's funny because I was talking with a friend yesterday and saying that I spent 18 plus years in a job that I've been miserable in, and 17 years in a marriage that I haven't really been happy in, been disappointed. And I stopped to think about that, and then I questioned, what would happiness look like for me? What would make me happy? And I said to my friend on the phone, I don't know if there's a whole bunch of job security for the job that I would like. You know what? I would like to do a talk show, vlog, or radio show and speak openly about sex to both men and women. I'm not a sex therapist, but I'm very open, and it's one of my favorite topics. And I think a lot like a guy, and I would find that fun. That's what I want to do. I want to talk about sex all day with people. Or, heck, Howard Stern does it for 4 hours a day. I'm a huge Howard fan. That would make me happy and leave me, well, the background stuff, it does require a lot of time, but it would leave me time to also spend with my kids. But that's something I would enjoy. I mean, there's plenty of other things that I would enjoy, but off the top of my head, that would be fun for me. And to speak openly about things. And I guess, you know what, it wouldn't have to be just about sex, but to have an arena just to speak openly, which is kind of what our green light the day is. I mean, we don't get into the sex portion of it, but that's what I love about our green light the day, is that we can speak so openly and not monitor or edit, or we just be. And that's what's so great about it. And I'm not even going to go into the relationship portion of it, but so these are just the things that I was thinking about. I mean, as you can see, the video affected me tremendously, and so much to say I felt like I needed to do a video response. So sorry that this dragged on. Hopefully it's not too confusing and you get all the things that it sparked in me, but I've been thinking about it all week, and I'm glad I finally found the time to sit down and vlog it. Thanks so much, Trish, because your voice is needed definitely in my life, and I know in many others. So keep going, sweetie. Love you. Bye.